Today we're doing our video on feeding bamboo to beef cows in the winter. So my great production director here, Paul, is running the camera, and we're gonna sort of walk around, and we're here at my farm here in southern Pennsylvania, southern York County. It's 39th latitude. It gets kind of cold down here, so can't grow every type. We had -4 degrees above zero a few days ago. So just go back here and started doing this about 10 years ago, and I realized I was running around. That's when I still lived in Washington, D.C., spending way too much money on hay. One day, I was like, fuck it, why don't I just feed this stuff to the cows? And I did, and looked it up. The USDA found studies up, a lot of different institutions. It actually goes up in protein in the winter, so it's better than hay. It's like 18 to 21%. So if you want to zoom over in front of our house, there's some Philostocki's Giuseppe, which is shorter. And I got a lot of that from the DC area. I have that in my feedlot, so the cows can easily knock that over without me having to cut it down. It's kind of cool. Right now, we're going to end up there. I have one Angus. She's just up there eating it, so you can see how short it is. You can easily knock that down. So I know it's an invasive species. So is this. You see, this is a multiflora rose brought in by the USDA. Like, it's part of the New Deal. Cut down the dust from the Dust Bowl. Anyway, kind of invasive. It's from China. I guess it stops erosion and the birds eat the rose hips. So here's some more of this stuff. This is nice and green, except for if we got like really extreme cold, like -20, which sometimes we get a vortex, and not very often. Maybe once every decade will the bamboo ever turn brown. Let's take a look at the Fargesia over here, Paul. Everybody from Washington, D.C., this might look very familiar. This is the kind that I'm trying to grow more of in the feedlot. As you can see, obviously, the cows would love it. They can just bend it over. Look how fat the leaves are, too. Doesn't do so well in like really cold weather though. I mean, I got down to like maybe 5 degrees. So far it's okay this year, but I've seen it brown off. If it gets below 0, it's kind of iffy. So here we're back. There's a lot of this Giuseppe in here. When I harvest this, I really like it because it's so leafy. And all these dead stalks, they're really excellent for starting fires. They're all lined with paper. They're very oily. So they're really good for our wood stove. Sometimes I think it's healthy, just like any other type of grass, to every now and then just chop it all down. Get rid of the chaff. There is one native species, and it just so happens McCoy's cows eat that on their way up from Texas. That's why they were stronger than the European or the Arab horses. One bad mofo that Genghis Khan. Try to avoid the trailer. It was owned by this poet laureate. Really, so he drank quite a bit. This was his bottle dump in here, and still cleaning it up. The other guy to the left, there's a nice little cedar grove. I like to have a couple cedars out in the pasture. The cows rub up against them. It's a natural insect repellent. We just had about 15 inches of snow cover, but it all melted off. Had a bit of a rain. Still grass up in here. So the best thing you got to get rid of them, not even weed whacking them, but chickens. Okay, I think I see her. No. If you like this video, please give us a big fat thumbs up. Thanks for supporting zero carbon beef and sustainable farming here in southern Pennsylvania. Doing pretty well on this in the winter. You'll eat it. I'm up here. No, I just wanted to eat. And they actually do like it when I, not, you know, they're spoiled. If I chop it down and feed it to them, they like it better than if they have to actually go and forage. So I'm just yanking this from across, from my spreading over to my neighbor. So every year I chop this down and sort of control it. But I actually think that if, like, I can grow like 5 acres of hay on like 1 acre of space for bamboo, and I'm going to start putting them in here in the midsummer as well. You know what I mean? I just need to get another solar charger and rearrange the electric interior fence. That empty field behind you in the corner. If you cross the fence and look over in that direction, this little grassy knoll over here, that's all hay, dude. Like, this probably produces more feed. And you can see this area here still has a lot more filling in to do. So Matt and I, we built this in 2012. All that hay, you know, fertilizing it, owning the equipment, the diesel, all the carbon emissions just from processing the hay, and all the fertilizer and pollution from adding the chemical nitrogen. I avoid all that, and in doing so, I'm actually sequestrating carbon dioxide. This plant, 20 tons of carbon dioxide per acre annually. Like, I don't know whether that really puts me in the whole scheme of things. Like, last year I didn't drive that much, so. But if I actually just use only the feed lot and don't use my tractor to haul the bamboo, I'm at like zero carbon beef. Okay, but when I use the tractor to haul the bamboo from down below where we started, obviously that takes away and adds emissions to the whole calculation. But if I just do this alone, and you can see there's a lot of more space up here. You can't really see the fence, but you can see where I cleared it out with the dozer. You know, and back in there, you can see where she's really been chewing on that. You see how all that short stuff. And I can knock some more of these trees down. So this is like a huge filter for the atmosphere, this little corner. And I also like it because in the winter it's verdant, green. You know, everything else is dead. She's already chewed through a lot of this. Well, I want to show everybody how I'm feeding the cows bamboo in the winter. It's totally self-sufficient. I don't have any direct numbers, but I estimate that I think 1 acre of that feedlot is worth about 5 acres of hay. And then that's going to be our super fertilizer, Paul. sawdust and chicken shit. It looked like so I'm putting all the sawdust in here, and we've been getting recycling from the horse farmers, and that's going to be really excellent fertilizer and compost for all the chicken pooping in here. High nitrogen. Because Monsanto is so pervasive, you know, the bagels and the tortillas are not organic, so you can't call the eggs organic. It's like they have infiltrated every aspect of our food chain. You're basically like exponentially increasing your foliage per acre, per area, per square foot. It's going up. It's not flat. It's not only like 2 feet thick like grass, and the fact that it grows so verdant and green and lush, and it actually goes up in protein in the wintertime. It's all temperate bamboo. It's called spreading bamboo. So it actually goes up 18 to 21% protein in the winter. This is a USDA study from '95. This is like University of North Carolina. Many, many studies. I mean, there's too many for me to even list, and I will not provide the link below because I just don't really feel like doing it at this moment. However, if you just Google it, you'll find lots and lots of information supporting and data supporting what I'm doing or I wouldn't be doing. You know, it's basically like a crop and a landscape for me. It's great. You know, you see how it's a screen for the road there? Now, you know, I do have to, if I didn't cut it down for the cattle, it would probably be covering where we're sitting right now. I mean, it is invasive. It does certainly spread. But I don't know. I'm thinking about going full on bamboo, like putting them in that feedlot in the middle of the summer. I think I actually have enough. It's like I have a healthier bamboo crop than I have pasture grass, which, you know, there's a lot more work involved in it than I thought, you know, keeping the pasture, keeping the pH proper and the nitrogen along the stream there. I wouldn't be using that space for anything else. Certainly not for food production for the animals, except if I was growing the bamboo. So, I mean, just that huge patch over there is enough to feed like 3 cattle through the whole year if I cut it all down, and it would come back every year. And again, it sequesters a lot of carbon dioxide. So, just by comparison, your average oak forest is 5 tons of carbon dioxide per acre per year, whereas a good bamboo thicket's 20 tons. So you can see it's a real factory as far as like global gas, you know, greenhouse gas sequestration, diminishing the greenhouse gases, helping to clean the air. I can almost sit down here and I feel like I'm in an oxygen zone. You know, I'm from the city. I'm from Washington, D.C. Now I just feel like I'm in a high oxygen zone sitting here around. You know, every leaf is a little factory.